Hey everyone, and welcome back to Real Film Reviews Podcast. Today we are going to continue our journey into the MCU with Thor from 2011.
Dun, dun, dun. I guess I'm gonna do that every single time.
I don't
so
care.
It might be a little fucking annoying.
I don't give a shit.
I don't know.
It takes
if
a lot-
it is, say so, please.
It takes a lot to bother me. Well, maybe. But yeah, episode 17. I'm keeping track of these. We just had a conversation about this before I turned.
Yeah, I'm glad you do because I sure the fuck don't remember.
Yes, so yeah, we're almost to the end of phase 1. So we're continuing with Thor, directed by Kenneth Branagh, starring Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tom Hiddleston, Stellan Skarsgård, Kat Dennings, Clark Gregg.
You had to breathe on that one, huh?
Dude.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Colm Feore, Ray Stevenson, Idris Elba, Jamie Alexander, Rene Russo, and Anthony Hopkins.
Rene Russo. Every time I think of her, I think of Lethal Weapon.
You know what?
Not the first one.
I've seen all 4 Lethal Weapons, and the first time that I actually saw a movie with Rene Russo, Thor.
Was Thor?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
First time I saw her was Lethal Weapon 4.
I've heard her name before. I just never seen a movie with her that I can think of.
She was really pretty in Lethal Weapon 3 and 4.
I think she was great in this movie.
Pretty in that one. I mean,
she was great in the next one, and then later on down the road, she makes another small appearance, which tugs on my heartstrings. But I don't want to talk.
I know that one part. Yeah.
Let's not get sad right now. Let's get happy.
Don't cry. You're gonna make me. I'm kidding.
Screenplay by Ashley Edward Miller, Zach Stentz, and Don Payne. Produced once again by Kevin Feige. Cinematography by Harris Zembarlikas.
If you say so.
Yes.
Oh.
Edited by Paul Rubel. Music by Patrick Doyle. And the budget was $150 million. Box office was $449.3 million. Released May 6th, 2011.
2011.
Oh.
That was the day before my birthday. I was 20 years old.
Did you get to go? Did you get to see it in theaters?
No, I didn't see it in theaters. I wish I would have, though.
I went with a girl. It was kind of a date, but not really, which was fine with me.
Yeah.
And she just so happened to be a distant cousin of a girl that I was dating that I broke up with, and that girl let me know that she was mad because I went on a date with her cousin.
It's like, none of your business. Shut up.
It's fine. After reigniting a dormant war, Thor is banished from Asgard to Earth, stripped of his powers and his hammer, Mjolnir, and his brother Loki plots to take the Asgardian throne. Thor must prove himself worthy.
Loki's an asswipe, but oddly funny.
Yes, Loki has in this cinematic universe the best, if not the second best, character development of any character because of where he ends up.
Yes,
toward the end. We'll get there, but yeah, it's pretty great, especially in the show Loki.
I need to watch that. I haven't watched it.
We're not gonna do all the shows. We're gonna do the most important ones. Loki is definitely the most important because his character at the end of that is relevant to Doomsday.
Right.
So, Sam Raimi originally envisioned the idea for Thor after making Darkman from 1990. Did you ever see that?
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time, though. I'd like to watch it again. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to do.
The first one is the only one that has Liam Neeson.
Right.
And his style of like movie filmmaking, especially in a lot of his filmmaking in that movie is reminiscent of stuff that he does in the his Spider-Man trilogy.
Okay.
Like his style. You can definitely, if you were to watch that movie, you could see. I'm not saying a man swinging from webs.
Right. Don't die.
No promises.
Can't promise.
But yeah, we got to do those movies.
Right.
I got all 3 of them on Blu-ray. Hold on. Ooh, I think I skipped a page. No, I didn't. Yeah.
Forgive him. He's a little lost.
Man, in 1990, he met Thor co-creator Stan Lee and pitched the concept to 20th Century Fox, but they did not understand it. Thor was abandoned until April 1997 when Marvel Studios was beginning to expand rapidly. The film gained momentum after the success of X-Men in 2000. The plan was for Thor to be made for television. UPN was in talks for airing it. Excited by the prospect, they pushed for a script and approached Tyler Mane to play Thor.
That'd have been different, but I don't know.
Of course, we know who Tyler Mane is.
Of course, yeah. But
he played Sabretooth in the X-Men movie. And, of course, Michael Myers.
Yes.
Wait, that's him, right? Tyler Mane?
Yeah, that's Tyler Mane.
Okay. I'm thinking it was
Rob Zombie's
yeah. Oh, yeah, UPN. Remember that channel?
Yeah. But what's crazy is how far back the idea of Thor was pitched.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't know if you know this, but you remember the Incredible Hulk show with we talked about Incredible Hulk, but the show with Lou Ferrigno.
Yep. And Bill Bixby, yeah.
I think they did a TV movie or something back in the day when the show was airing, but they had a Thor.
I think it bombed though, like it was horrible.
Yeah, I don't think it did very well. I'd like to go back and watch that show.
Well, I know wasn't Thor like a TV show at one point?
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything about that.
Or it might have been the movie that I'm thinking of, but either way, yeah, I heard it was a big bomb. Like it sucked ass.
In May 2000, Marvel Studios brought Artesian Entertainment to help finance it as a film, but by June 2004, the project still has yet to be patronized by a studio. The Sony Pictures Entertainment finally purchased the film rights, and in December 2004, David S. Goyer was in negotiations to write and direct, who wrote a couple of the Blade movies.
Okay.
And helped Christopher Nolan write his Dark Knight trilogy.
Nice.
I think one of them. He was a part of that. He's done other things too.
Right.
But that's what I mostly know him for from Batman. But
excuse me.
By 2005, though, there were talks between Goyer and Marvel. Goyer was no longer interested, though. At this point, the film was still set to be distributed through Sony Pictures. Mark Prosevic, a fan of the Thor comics, agreed to write the script in April 2006, and the project moved to Paramount Pictures after it acquired the rights from Sony. That year, the film was announced to be a Marvel Studios production. In December 2007, Protasevich described his plans for it to be like a superhero origin story, but not one about a human gaining superpowers, but of a god realizing his true potential. It's the story of an Old Testament god who becomes a New Testament god. His script saw Odin banish Thor to Earth in the Middle Ages, where he becomes enslaved by Norsemen before being rescued by Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. That sounds interesting. In August 2007, Marvel Studios signed Matthew Vaughn to direct the film. Vaughn then rewrote the script in order to bring down the budget to $150, as the first script would have cost $300 million to produce. Cool. After the success of Iron Man, Marvel Studios announced they intended to release Thor on June 4th, 2010, with Iron Man 2 being used to introduce the character of Thor. Vaughn was released when his holding deal expired in May 2008, at which point Marvel set Protasevich to work on a new draft and began searching for a new director. Marvel Studios also approached J. Michael Straczynski to work on an outline. Guillermo del Toro entered talks to direct the film. Del Toro was a fan of the Jack Kirby work from the comics and said he loved the character of Loki, but wished to incorporate more of the original Norse mythology into the film, including a really dingy Valhalla with Vikings and mud. However, Del Toro ultimately turned down Thor to direct The Hobbit, which he ended up not doing, apparently.
Yeah, apparently he did, yeah.
By September 2008, DJ Caruso had been discussing talks on the project, though he did not read the script. Later that month, Kenneth Branagh entered in negotiations to direct, while Daniel Craig was offered the lead role, but ultimately turned it down, citing his commitments to the James Bond franchise. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, Daniel Craig, yeah.
I think he would have been better as another character.
Yeah, not
Thor.
Not Thor, yeah.
I like Daniel Craig, but he's not Thor.
He might have made a good what was his name? Idris the gatekeeper.
Heimdall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have made a good Heimdall.
Or he could have been one of the Warrior 3. He could have been Fandral.
Fandral, yeah.
I forgot to write his name down in the credits, but it's Josh.
I don't remember his name.
I want to say Dumal, but no, that's not right. Shit. I don't know. Yes, by December 2008, Branagh confirmed that he'd been hired. He described it as a human story right in the center of a big epic scenario. In February 2009, Samuel L. Jackson, who was briefly portrayed by Nick Fury at the end of the film Iron Man, signed on to reprise the role in Thor as part of an unprecedented 9-picture deal with Marvel Studios. In the same month, a casting call went out looking for actors with certain physical attributes to audition for the role of Thor. May 2009, Chris Hemsworth was in negotiation to portray the title role after a back-and-forth process in which the 25-year-old actor was refused early on as he was initially reluctant to sign a 6-picture deal, then given a second chance to read for the part. Hemsworth's brother Liam also auditioned for the role, but was passed on by Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige. Other actors going for the role: Josh Hartnett, Kevin McKidd, and Triple H.
Wow, I didn't know about that one.
I don't think Triple H has the acting chops for a main character like that.
No.
But he could have been someone else. He could have been one of the Warrior 3.
But
he could have been somebody in there, not Thor.
But he did very well as a bad guy. Bloody Trinity?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Dickface, have you seen my dog? Wait, what? Dang.
And also considered for the role Charlie Hunnam, Alexander Skarsgård.
Wow.
Stellan Skarsgård's son. And Joel Kinnaman were tested. Alan Richardson auditioned, but lost the part after he failed to take the casting process seriously.
Charlie Hunnam as Thor? Wow, that would have been different.
I can see that.
Maybe, but it had a little bit too much of an SOA feel to it, I guess.
Riding through this world. Channing Tatum also auditioned.
Oh, wow.
The next day, Marvel announced that Tom Hiddleston, who had worked with Branagh before, had initially been considered to portray the lead role, was cast as Loki. Yeah, Tom Hiddleston as Thor. I don't think it worked. In fact, if you go on YouTube and you type in Tom Hiddleston audition for Thor, he did a little screen test holding a hammer and and wearing the wig.
And what's crazy about it, I found out during the filming of Thor, Tom Hiddleston, he said he was very, very uncomfortable wearing that stupid ass helmet. He said it was like really heavy and shit like that. Like
his helmet does not look good in this movie.
No, it doesn't.
And to be honest, it looks better in the Avengers. The next, his next appearance.
Yeah, but for some reason, I think it looked too much in the first one for some reason.
Yeah, but we're literally about to talk about a helmet in a second. But,
right.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters, so I really saw a lot of the. Yeah, I was just saying, like, before we start, like, I liked it, and I was looking forward to what next. Before we start, I didn't say this in the Iron Man 2 video. So at the end credits scene, I'll never forget this. Opening night was Coulson pulling up to it, the hole.
Yep, I remember.
And he said, "Sir, we found it. We found it." And the camera pans down, and it shows the hammer, and you hear lightning strike. The sound, lightning doesn't strike, but you just hear it because it's like teasing Thor. I'll never forget this. There was some idiot behind me when it cut to black. He goes, "Iron Man 3." What?
No, stupid.
God, I wish I would have said it out loud, but
I remember whenever I went and seen Iron Man 2 in theaters. I actually saw it twice in theaters. I went with some friends of mine the second time. Well, credits came up and everything like that. So, all right, I said, let's wait till after the credits. There's another little scene coming up. So he comes up, he drives up and said, "Hey, we found it." And whenever it showed the hammer, did the lightning strike and went black, my friends went, "You made us sit here for this?" I was like, "Do you not get what that was about?"
Some people's children.
So, like a couple of them, they were like, "Yeah, Thor," and the other ones were like, "No." But I was like, "This is so cool," and they're like, "No, it's not. Shut up."
Like, get out of here.
Shut up. You walk home.
All right, you ready?
All right. Let's get to it.
All right, Jane Foster, Eric Selvig, and Darcy Lewis are testing for anomalies in the New Mexico desert at night. They find what looks like a portal opening up in the sky, and they drive to check it out. They hit what looks like a person and stop to find out. They find a man lying on the ground and wonder where he came from.
Just smoked his ass with the car. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah. Darcy is, she is great.
Breathe.
She is the comic relief of this movie. She has a few funny lines, and
yeah,
I think she also appears in the second one.
Yeah,
she's even
funnier. I believe so.
But Kat Dennings' comedic timing is funny in this movie. It makes her adorable and funny. I never find her annoying. I've heard people call her annoying. I don't think
I never found her annoying.
I don't know. Those people are dumb. No. She's like, she was talking about, can I turn on the radio?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck you then.
And then it cuts to Odin narrating, and in 965 AD. Okay. Odin, king of Asgard, wages war against the frost giants of Jotunheim and their leader Laufey to prevent them from conquering the 9 realms, starting with Earth. And Odin, you see how he gets his eye patch, gets hit in the face with some ice stuff, and he finds a. Do they show him find the baby right here, or is it later on?
Later on.
Okay, so they destroy a lot of things as shit goes down. So I think, and then the Asgards defeat the frost giants and seize the source of their power, the casket of ancient winters.
I remember whenever I first saw this movie, and they called it the casket. I'm like, that looks nothing like a fucking casket.
It's not a casket, you dummy.
It's like, that looks nothing like a casket. It looks like a fucking ice chest or something.
And then they cut to Odin telling the story to a young Thor and Loki. And the kids that got to play the young ones, that was a real good casting.
That was a good casting. But whenever I remember seeing the younger version of Thor, I was like, he's a little prick, ain't he?
Yeah, he's talking about slaying everyone just like as you did, Father. And he says a wise king never seeks out war, but should always be prepared for it.
Wise words.
And it cuts to present day, and Thor prepares to ascend to the throne of Asgard.
Showing off and shit.
And this is what I was talking about, helmets. I've known before I've seen the movie, because I've seen comic pictures of Thor wearing the helmet with wings.
Yeah, with wings.
In this movie, I think it looks awesome.
I do too. It's a step up from the original idea of Thor's helmet.
Now, granted, he wore two different kinds later on in the movies. I think in Ragnarok and Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't like those.
It wasn't terrible, but it could have been better.
But we've known before this movie that Thor has a helmet. So I wanted to see him wear this helmet through most of the movie. So at this part of the movie, he sets the helmet down and never picks it up again. He leaves it in that same spot. Yeah. I bet you in Thor Ragnarok, if you walk by the trophy room, the throne room, it's still there.
It's still there. Someone pick it up, at least.
Will someone please come get this?
I tripped over it last night.
Yeah, so, he's preparing to take the throne, and Thor's all cocky, winking at his mom, winking at everyone. And she rolls her eyes and looks at...
And Odin is probably literally saying, I'm about to kick you in the throat.
Damn it. I'm going to take you into the other room and whip your ass.
You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing me in front of company.
You embarrassed yourself.
So as he's about to announce him, there's stuff going down in the trophy room. I don't know if it's in this scene or another scene, but you walk by and there's the Infinity Gauntlet with all the gems in it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And I think that was just a tease, but I don't know. I guess spoilers for Thor Ragnarok when we get to it. It's a fake. We find out. So. Yeah. So.
Sorry.
Yeah. So frost giants sneak in, kill the guards, and they take the casket. About to run away, and Odin calls the destroyer, which I think is a really cool looking.
That is a cool looking thing.
He calls on the destroyer to take him out. Yeah. So as they go down there, Thor wants to teach him a lesson, but Odin doesn't want him to. And he's just teach them a lesson, and he's like, as king of Asgard, but you're not king. Anthony Hopkins is great.
Oh yeah, I've always liked Anthony Hopkins.
It was a very wise choice for him to play Odin. Yeah, so I love how he's just sitting there talking like that, and then Loki's just kind of like,
yeah, he just kind of, I'm gonna shut up.
I'm gonna shut up.
I'm gonna stay right here, and I ain't gonna say a fucking word.
But yeah, so Thor's mad. He flips the table, and he sits down, and Loki comes up to him. He's like, "It's unwise to be in my presence, brother." This is what I miss about the other movies.
Okay.
The English, like old English kind of speaking.
Yeah. Like how they talked and stuff like that?
Yes. Yeah. Because the other two, the last two.
Right.
Are like played like more comedic, like not serious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like a more serious Thor. I hope that he is in Doomsday.
On Doomsday.
So yeah. So he's there with Lady Sif, played by Jamie Alexander, and the Warriors 3. We got Volstagg, played by the late Ray Stevenson. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah.
I forgot when.
He did. He had another great comic book role besides this. Before this,
oh yeah,
he was Frank Castle, the Punisher in Punisher Warzone.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that.
Not that one with Thomas Jane as Punisher.
No, yeah, Warzone. Yeah, I know.
Have you ever seen Warzone?
Yeah, I've seen Warzone. I didn't even realize it was him.
That movie is awesome.
It was pretty fucking
violent
cool.
and awesome. we
violent.
got to talk about those.
It's so violent, like
yeah, we got to talk about those.
But like, it's crazy too. But I kind of read this earlier that Stan Lee claimed he'd always wanted to play Odin. Like that'd be pretty crazy to see Stan Lee as Odin.
I think if he was younger,
a little bit, yeah.
I think because of his frailty, because he's an old man. Like, no offense to him at the time. Well, he's dead now, but
naturally, of course, after seeing Anthony Hopkins do his tryout, he was like, yeah, he got it.
There is another role that I would love to have seen him do, but I don't want to talk about it until we get to that movie. I kind of want to keep that under wraps.
Oh, yeah,
but I'll
definitely
remember it because it's always on my mind. But Loki tricks Thor into, like, he puts it in his ear, like.
Oh yeah,
he's basically riling Thor up to go, and he convinces it's Volstagg, played by Ray Stevenson, and Fandral, played by, I think his name's Josh Duhamel or something.
I don't remember.
And Hogan, I can't remember the Asian actor's name, but he played Raiden.
Yeah, and
in the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie.
Because I've been trying to figure out for a while. Whenever I saw Mortal Kombat, I was like, "What did he play off of?" I've seen him before, and then whenever I watched it again, I was like, "Oh yeah."
These movies literally have the most screen time of the Warrior 3. The other movies do not. They have such small roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he convinces them all to go to Jotunheim. And they get there. They're going and shoot. Blah, blah, I'm trying to. It's right here, but I can't spit it out. I can't read. They get to the gate, and Heimdall's waiting, and he says, "No one has ever slipped through my fingers. I mean, my eyesight." So even however they got in, he can't see him because he sees everything apparently. And they end up going, but he's trying to use his silver tongue because Loki does, because he can speak well. But apparently, Heimdall didn't have anything to do with it. And Volstagg was like, silver tongue turned to lead, huh? So they get to Jotunheim.
Loki got that reverse psychology down packed.
And they meet King Laufey and his crew, and they're all just sitting there. And so they show up, and the king is sitting on his throne, and the other ones are like standing around. What do they do all day?
They just stand there, I guess.
Like,
it's an ice planet. I don't see them doing anything.
It's just crazy that I don't know. Like, do they have like a special kind of like underground hidden place where they have their beds and they eat and they do stuff? I don't know.
What are they making, fucking ice sculptures?
I don't know. Every time I see this movie, I think of that. I see them all just standing there, and it's like, is that what they do?
I guess. I
mean, so Thor is trying to figure out how they got there, but Laufey ain't telling him anything. So, and Laufey's starting to get mad, tells him leave while we still allow it.
Well, he did say that there were
traitors in the Asgard. So then Loki convinces him to go. He's like, we need to go. So he finally turns around, and as he's walking away, one of the guys goes, "Run home, little princess." And Thor's and Loki's like, "Damn!" And he drops his hammer. Boom! Fights go on. Everyone's getting knocked out by the hammers.
Smokes, he's like, next.
And I love his move where he spins the hammer like super fast. And it's always a cool effect. I think it never does look cheesy. So
no, it never does.
And as they're fighting, Fandral gets stabbed with ice, and Volstagg gets grabbed on the arm by one of the frost giants.
That gives him frostbite, pretty much.
Yeah, and he's like, "Don't let him touch you." And Loki, as he's fighting one of them, they grab his arm, but his armor falls off, and his arm starts to turn blue. And they both look. The guy that grabbed him, and then he stabs him, and then his hand turns back to regular color. Normal. But he's like, "Huh." So Thor's just destroying everything, but they finally convince him to leave. And as they're going, the frost giants call on one of their creatures that they end up chasing. That chases them towards the end, and he has his hammer go through the creature's mouth, and out his head, and it leaves a hole in it. That creature looked like something that I've seen before. I'm not saying that they copied it, but have you ever heard of the movie from 1997 called The Relic?
Yes, but I've never seen it.
The creature in that movie reminds me of that creature from from this movie. So, and then as they get to the end, they're trying to get Heimdall to call them to bring down the thing, but they're about to get wrecked, and then Odin appears with a horse with 8 legs, or 6 legs. Horse had multiple legs.
Damn.
Did you notice?
No, I did not notice.
Then he's like, "Father, we'll fight them off together." And he's like, "Shut up!" And he's like, "Your boy sought this out." And he goes, "And it's the actions of a boy, and we'll treat it like that." He's trying to keep the peace, but
wait till we get home.
I'm gonna kill you when we get home.
I'll beat your ass. I will kill you for this.
And as they're about to take him out, Heimdall brings him back, and Sif and the Warrior 3, they're taking Fandral to to get help because he was stabbed by the ice. And Loki and Thor and Odin are in the room, and they're both arguing. And he basically. He's like, something happened, and I was trying to do the right thing, what I thought was the right thing. And they start to fight. He's like, "You are a child," and all of this. And Thor's like, "You're an old man and a fool." And he's like, "Yes, I was a fool, thinking you were ready."
Oh,
Loki tries to say something, and it's like Thor. It's like, what was it? Odin just goes, like, he almost hisses like a cat.
Much. And then he's like, "Okay, I'll stop."
So, yes, he.
Sorry, I exist. Shit.
As punishment for Thor's arrogance, Odin deems his son unworthy and strips his powers before exiling him to Earth as a mortal, accompanied by his hammer, Mjolnir, now protected by an ancient chant that allows only the worthy to wield it, which he whispers into it as he's ripping off his armor and then casts him through the portal down to Earth, and he whispers into the hammer, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor."
And chunks that son bitch in there too.
And now we go back to where we meet the crew at the beginning. They hit him with the car, and then he gets up, and they think he's drunk. He's like, "Heimdall, open the Bifrost," and they all think he's drunk.
Well, at first he keeps on saying, "Hammer, hammer, yeah, your hammer, we can see it."
He's like, "What realm is this?" And they're like,
"This is our New Mexico." Yeah, New Mexico.
And Darcy points a taser at him. "You dare threaten Thor with a little..." And they shook him, and he falls to the ground. They're like, "What? He was freaking me out." And
he's like, "Next time you taser someone, make sure you do it by the car." I think he said it.
Make sure they're in the car first.
Make sure they're in the car first.
But yeah, so they bring him to the hospital.
Oh yeah.
And
he wakes up.
He wakes up and what does he say to him? How dare you do? And he gets out and beating the crap out of everyone.
He just beat the hell out
He's
of
like,
her.
I'm Thor with it, and they give him a shot in his ass.
He falls up. Yeah.
But yeah, they're trying to say they're trying to give him information. Like he said, his name is Thor. But yeah, so they hold on, I lost my place. So yeah, they show also a truck showing up to the crash site of the Hammer, and the guy tries to pick it up, but he can't. And they cut back to the hospital.
He's strapped in.
He's like, "This is not possible."
And he's trying to break out. It just don't happen.
He just slips out.
He just slips out. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they go to get him because they see an anomaly in some of the pictures that they took that night, and they're like, "Man, we got to talk to him." So he already escaped, and they went in there and they see his destruction. So they're trying to get out, and she's like, "We got to find him." So she puts it in reverse, and as soon as he walks by, and they hit him again. I swear, I'm not doing this on purpose.
It's like, damn, he gets hit by the fucking car.
I thought that was funny.
I thought it was funny as hell.
After that, they take him back to their place, and he gets some clothes. And they were admiring his physique. But, I'm probably going to say this, and people are going to look at me, but I don't care. I am extremely comfortable with my sexuality. Chris Hemsworth is a very handsome man, I'm not going to lie. You got to admit that a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. Like, I wish I looked like him. I look like one of Chris Hemsworth's turds.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? I'm not even mad because I agree with you.
It's like, oh, really? Well, fuck you, this.
And she's like, I got some clothes here. He's like, they will suffice.
They will suffice,
He puts on a shirt, and it has a name tag on it. It says Donald Blake.
Donald Blake, Dr. Donald Blake, MD, something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an ex-boyfriend of hers. But in the comics, Donald Blake is Thor's secret identity on Earth. I didn't know if you knew that or not. But
no, I didn't know that. Yeah. Dang.
But MCU so far doesn't really have like secret identities.
Okay.
So everyone's kind of already out. So except a few.
Right.
But yeah. And he's like, this mortal form has grown weak. I need sustenance.
Yeah, I need sustenance.
So they go take him to eat. But while they're doing this, there's a big old party going down at the Hammer Hole. I call it the Hammer Hole. People trying to lift it, drinking beer, cooking.
Yeah,
barbecuing.
What the fuck are you barbecuing for out there? Like, seriously.
I guess they're just having a good time.
I mean, yeah, that's cool and everything, but what does doing a barbecue have to do with trying to pull the hammer up out?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
They say it looks like a hammer, but they say it's too heavy, so they don't know what it is. But at the same time, a big white truck backs up and they hook a chain to it to pull it out. And as they pull it out, the fucking bed flies off. And then it's Stanley cameo. He pops out.
He was driving the truck.
Yeah, he backs out. He pops out and says, did it work? And then as they're doing this is where Coulson shows up and says, sir, we found it. So they're now at
the diner.
The diner.
And he's just eating every fucking thing in sight.
Back at Asgard, the Warriors 3 discuss what happened. And Loki says he told Heimdall to tell Odin where they were going.
Right.
So Loki goes to the vault to touch the casket because of what happened earlier. And as Odin comes in to talk to him, Loki turns around. Well, he's talking to him, but then he turns around after holding the casket, and he's all blue. He turns blue. Come to find out, Odin tells him that during the battle at Jotunheim all those years ago, they left a frail, to them, infant that like left to die. Literally,
Right.
He felt sorry for it, so he took him in and kept him as his own, which is Loki. So Loki is Laufey's son. He's not Odin's son. He's Laufey's son.
Laufey is the baby daddy.
Yes, but I love this scene that he's yelling at him. He's like, "You must have taken me for a purpose. Why?" He's all this stuff, and
tell me.
Yeah, and like the tears rolling in his eyes. He's like, "Why do you twist my words?" And he's yelling at him. He's like, "You wouldn't want a frost giant sitting on the throne of Asgard." And as he's doing this, you can see Odin's getting weak.
And he passes out.
He passes out, and they say it's called the Odin sleep. I didn't look into what the Odin sleep is, but sometimes I guess every once in a while he goes to sleep for a while. I don't know. But yeah, so he calls the guards.
Kind of like a bear hibernating or something like that.
Yeah. So back on Earth, Thor and the others are eating in the diner, and he's eating all this food, and Darcy's like, "How can you eat a whole box of Pop-Tarts and still be hungry?" He's just shoving stuff in his mouth, and he drinks it.
I love it. It's like, this drink is...
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I know, right? Another
one.
He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I asked for another." He's like, "You just asked. I just did." He's like, more polite this time.
More politely. Don't have this brace shit.
I don't mean any disrespect. He's like, just be nicer next time. He's like, you have my word. So, yeah, they're talking about what's going on. And he's sitting there still eating. And Darcy goes, "I'm put this on Facebook." Smile.
And he smiles.
That stupid grin that he's got. But as they're doing this, some of the guys from the hammer hole come in. And they're explaining what happened. They're like, "We don't know what it is, but it's heavy. We can't pick it up." And Thor hears that. He walks up to him and goes, "Where is it?" And he's like, "That's 50 miles that way." But the government's already there or something. So he literally just starts to walk.
Yeah.
And as he's going, they're trying to stop him. But he explains everything. And Jane wants to take him, but Eric Selvig doesn't want her to go because he thinks that Thor's crazy. Because of like all the stuff.
It's just a bunch of bedtime stories. Yeah.
You'll have all my answers once I find Mjolnir. And Darcy's like, "Meh meh," which is a running joke throughout the series. I like.
I know. She sticks with it.
Yeah, so she don't go. So he's like, "This is where we part ways," and then they just leave. And as they're trying to figure out what to do next, they see that S.H.I.E.L.D. has shown up to her place to take all her stuff. And all her research, they were going to compensate her with money to buy new stuff, but she built a lot of it herself. And they take everything, even her notebook that she had.
That was all kinds of messed up. I'm just saying.
And Coulson's like, "I'm sorry, man, but we're the good guys." And he's like, "It doesn't feel like it." But,
he's like, "So are we, shit."
Yeah, and after this, too, they're sitting on the roof, and Darcy's like, "I just downloaded, like, they took my iPod."
Yeah, shit.
Like, I just downloaded like 20 songs on it. Like, who cares about your iPod? And they're mentioning, like, why could S.H.I.E.L.D. do this? And Selvig drops a hint about Banner. He talks about a scientist with expert in gamma radiation. Like, one day S.H.I.E.L.D. showed up. He was never heard from again.
Whenever he said that, I was like, "Oh, Bruce Banner. That's pretty cool."
Oh. Okay, and as Jane's driving around to clear her head, she sees Thor walking down the street and then walks into a pet shop.
I need a horse.
Yeah, all the animals are, you notice they're all making noise, but when they walk in,
they stop.
They shut up. And he goes, "I need a horse." And the guy looks up. "We don't have horses. We just got dogs, cats, birds. Give me one of those large enough to ride." But that guy,
the pet shop?
Name's Isaac Cappy. He's a weird dude. In 2008, he jumped off a bridge and died. He was part of a group that thought celebrities like Tom Hanks and Seth Green were pedophiles. And
wait, in 2008?
18.
Oh, 18. I thought you said 8. I was like, how?
Yeah, but there was also a lot of rumors about his death that maybe someone made him. That's all I could find on it. That's just some stuff that I found
Right.
out about him. But he did a few appearances in movies. But I remember a video of him saying like Seth Green and Tom Hanks were pedophiles, and all that stuff is kind of surfacing up again in the Epstein crap that's
Yeah.
going on nowadays. But this was in 2018, like, and now we're in 2026. So yeah.
Right.
So Jane picks him up and they drive off, and he's still talking his old Norse ways, and she's looking at him funny, like, "You think me strange?" And he, she goes, they were waiting for the weather. They get there and waiting for the weather because he thinks it's going to rain.
Yeah.
And she's like, "How are you going to get out of there?" And he's like, "I'm going to fly
I'm
out."
gonna fly out.
And then he runs. She's like, "Oh." And then she ends up calling Eric saying, "You told me not to go, but I went anyway, and I'm sorry.
I'm
I
sorry,
totally
yeah,
didn't
like,
listen to you."
I totally didn't listen.
But yeah, so Thor gets there, and he's sneaking around for a little bit, but then he ends up getting caught, so he makes his way and beats the shit out of everyone, which is awesome. And we get to uh, as he's taking out all the big, especially getting a fight with big guys.
Yeah, that
And
one big dude, yeah.
Coulson finds out, and he calls Agent Barton to help get high. And then you see a guy in shadow. You can't see his face, but he runs up to a table, and he's about to grab a rifle, but he moves his hands to the bow. It's Clint Barton, Hawkeye, played by Jeremy Renner, his first MCU appearance. He goes uncredited in this movie. So
Yeah.
so
But you know it's him.
Yeah. He gets up there, he's aiming, but as Thor's going, he's kind of making quips about like he's like, are y'all gonna stop him or just send him more guys to beat up?
But I like where he's like, they're making a decision. Kind of rooting for this guy.
Yeah. So one of the guys that Thor's beating up is a big dude. He's like, "You're big. I fought bigger." And he beats the crap out of him eventually, and then he gets to the hammer finally, all covered in rain and mud, and he looks relieved, like, yeah, everything's gonna be okay. But he tries to pick it up and can't pick it up.
Nothing.
Yeah, so he kneels down, and I love the shot.
Yeah.
I love the shot of Heimdall, like, looking. You see his eye, but you see the outline of the light up tent that he's in his eye. I thought that was cool. And then they end up arresting him.
That was pretty cool, yeah.
That was a cool shot. I like that. So Jane basically convinces Eric to go get him out because he finds a book about Norse mythology, and he mentions like Bifrost and Mjolnir and Thor, But yeah, she convinces him to go get him out of wherever he is. So they're interviewing him, and Coulson says they can't find him. Like, who are you? Whatever. Who are you? And he's just sitting there, which in this scene, I forgot to mention, but in this scene, it's like obvious. In the other movies, Chris Hemsworth has his long blonde hair as Thor.
Yeah.
But this movie, they wanted Thor to be all blonde, but if you notice, they bleach blonde his beard, his eyebrows, and his eyelashes.
Yeah.
And it looks awful.
It does.
It stands out.
It's damn near like an albino person.
Yeah.
Like, so close.
Definitely stands out, especially in this scene, because he's got all the mud on his face and shirt. But Coulson's about to leave. I mean, Coulson leaves, and then Loki shows up. And Loki, tells him that he can't come home. He tells him that Odin's dead, and he can't send him home. He's just coming to tell him goodbye. And Thor's just like, I'm sorry, goodbye. And as he's saying that, Coulson walks in. He's like, goodbye. I wasn't gone very long. But then they show Loki by the hammer.
Yeah.
Loki tries to lift it.
He tries to lift it. Doesn't do anything.
Can't do it. Nope. He's not worthy.
But kind of stepping back a little bit, the scene where Loki and the Queen are sitting by Odin's bedside when he's in sleep.
Yeah.
It reminded me of something I read. That movie was the first movie that she has done in over 6 years.
Oh, really?
Renee Russo.
Okay.
Yeah. Her daughter convinced her to try out for that role. I thought it was really cool. It's like, damn, 6 years of not doing a damn thing. And all of a sudden your daughter's like, hey, this might be a pretty good thing to do.
Yeah, like I said, cool. This is the only movie besides the Lethal Weapon that I've seen her in.
Right.
Like I said, I know she's done other things, but I've never seen anything with her. So Eric shows up to get him, and I love how he's standing outside. He's like, he's got a visitor, and he's standing outside of the little trailer or whatever. Yeah. And Coulson's just looking down, and he's basically lying through his teeth, telling him about all kinds of stuff, like steroids or something. He's a fitness nut, or no, he's telling them all this. But I love how they search his name, Donald Blake. It is, and it's that same picture that Darcy took of him earlier.
Yeah,
but they find out that it's fake. They know right away.
Well, what it says it on the computer screen.
Yeah, so they're still like going with it. So they finally. They just let him go. I think they said to follow him.
They said follow him.
Yeah,
that's why they let him go.
There. Yeah. So as he's going, without no one looking, Thor takes back Jane's notebook, and they're like, keep him away from bars. He's like, I will. They're like, and Thor's like, where are we going? He's like, I need a drink.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was funny.
He says they go drinking in the bar. I love this in the background. They got the song "Walk" by Foo Fighters. Yep. Learning to walk again. I like that song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
But Eric basically says that he don't trust him.
Yeah, he don't trust him. Yeah.
So
because he still thinks he's crazy. Yes. I mean, yeah.
He's like, after this, I'm gonna let you go, and we never want to see you again. So they're sitting there drinking a big old cup.
Boilermakers, yep.
Yeah, that's right, because they
put the shot inside the beer, yeah.
Okay.
But of course, nothing happens to Thor. But Eric is shit faced.
Yeah. I love how he brings him there, opens the door, and she's like, just put him on the bed. When he's put him on the bed, he sits up and goes. Just passes out on the bed. That little grin that he does.
It's like he made his ancestors proud tonight.
Yeah. And while this is going on, you see Loki going to Jotunheim, and he's like, "How did you get here?" Or something, and he mentions about there are other ways, to come in and out. So, yeah, we find out that Loki was the one that let the frost giants in at the beginning. And he has a plan to get some of the frost giants and Laufey to Asgard to kill Odin while he's in his Odin sleep. And like I said, Loki shows up, and they're all just standing there. Like, what do they do? I want to know. I want to know, or I want a divorce.
You can't tell me that you just stand there every day, all day long.
Something's got to go. Upon his return, Heimdall mentions to Loki that during his travels he couldn't see or hear him. And Sif and the Warrior 3, they go to the king to try and help Thor, but they realize that it's Loki is the king now, and they're trying to get him to bring Thor back, but he can't. He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want
to. Plan. He's got a plan. He's like, no. No. They say, can we? No.
No.
But
So, no.
when so they after this they flip a table. No, they didn't flip a table. They're getting mad because they're like, "What are we gonna do? Loki's king now. Like, what's going on?" And they're all getting mad at each other because Volstag's just sitting there feeding himself.
He's eating like
He's like, "How would you manage to consume 2 wild boars and all this and that?" They get all mad and stuff, so they decide to go. They're trying to find a way. They're like, Heimdall's watching. Like, we need to go find Thor's. Like, but Heimdall's watching. We're gonna get in trouble. And at this time, one of the guards shows up. Heimdall requires your presence.
yeah.
Like, we're doomed.
We're doomed.
And he's like, "You won't dare to define our king Loki." And they're like, "Well, maybe." He's like, "Good." And
yeah, good. That was funny.
Yeah. So yeah, they go to Earth, and I forgot to say that night too. Thor is explaining the tree of Yggdrasil to Jane up on the roof.
Up on the rooftop,
how everything
yeah.
works, saying that they have Earth has science, Asgard has magic. He comes from a realm where they're one of the same, and he explains all the realms and
how they're connected together.
by
Yeah,
the tree of Yggdrasil, but it's spelled with a Y-R-R or something like that.
Yeah,
because I was playing Thor Ragnarok earlier today, and I have the captions on, and they mentioned the tree of Yggdrasil, and that's the tree that you go to all the realms with, which is that's a good game. Yeah, so they go, and as they're going, the little beam shoots off. Loki sees it, so he goes down there, and he freezes Heimdall as he's trying to take. He's gonna cut him, but he freezes him with the casket, and now he's trying to bring. He decides to bring the destroyer to Earth, and he goes. They arrive, and as they're walking around through the town, you see people staring at them.
Is there a Renaissance festival in town?
Yeah. What does the guy say? We got Xena, Jackie Chan, and Robin Hood coming in. Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah, and then they cut to the next. It's the next day, which they show up that day, but Thor is with Jane and all them.
Yeah.
Eric has his hangover, and he's cooking for everyone. Everyone's like, "Oh, thank you," and he's all polite with them. And they mentioned something. He's like, I don't believe this guy. All of a sudden, you hear a knock on the thing. You hear Volstagg, "Found you!" And they're like,
"Found you!"
Yeah, they all freak out. And Thor's happy to see him. And they're like, "Come on, we got to get you home." And he's like, "I can't go because I've been banished. Dad's dead.
My father's dead. Yeah.
He's like, "He's not dead." And then that's where Thor pieces it all together that Loki was tricking him so he could take the throne. But as they're talking about all this, they're at where Coulson and the team are. The Destroyer shows up, and they're like, "Is that one of Stark's?" He's like, "I don't know. That guy don't tell me anything."
That guy don't tell me anything anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're trying to stop him, but it shoots a fire beam at the cars and starts blowing up.
Blowing
then
shit up.
They see it in the background. So they decide that they got to get everyone. He's mortal. He can't fight because he'll die. But they trying to get everybody out of town. It's shooing everyone, and Eric's like in the diner's like, "Come on, you can eat later."
You can eat later. I like the little comedy innuendos in there. It's so funny.
I like Stellan Skarsgård. First time I ever saw him was he was in Good Will Hunting, but
yes.
I've never seen that movie. I've seen clips with him in it.
That was the first movie I seen him in.
He was in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
He was
2 and 3.
Bootstrap Bill.
Bootstrap.
But he was also in that movie, The Glass House.
Never saw that.
Yeah,
I think I remember the previews, but no, I've never seen it.
What the hell is her name? Lily
Sobieski.
Yeah, Sobieski, yeah. It was them two in the movie.
Stellan Skarsgård has two. He has more, but two popular children.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
adults now. His oldest, Alexander, which I would mention
Skarsgård.
about to be Thor. He was Tarzan in that movie where he was super cut, long hair.
Yep.
But his most popular son right now is Bill Skarsgård, who is now playing Pennywise the Dancing Clown in the newest It movies. And
I'm good.
We'll talk about that one day.
I'm good.
Let's not mention that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of that filming process.
Yeah, we're planning on doing It Chapter 2 and Welcome to Derry. Not in one video, but we're doing them. Corbett don't like clowns.
Fuck Pennywise. He could go to hell for all I care.
It'll be okay. I promise. I
might have a fucking heart attack. I don't know.
I'll be here with you. I'll protect you.
You gonna give me CPR?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you ass to mouth. I mean mouth to mouth. I mean, I'm gonna revive you.
Thanks.
Yeah. So it's blowing up things. The Warrior 3 are trying to destroy it. They all just get their ass whooped. Volstagg gets fucking hit into the car, and he's about to get shot. And then Sif jumps on its back.
Damn near, she got fucked up almost.
And it has that cool moment where the thing turns around. I like that.
He
shoots the beam off, and he basically just wrecks them all. He doesn't kill them, but he just beats them. And then Thor's trying to get him to stop, so he can't do anything. So he's trying to stop Loki because he knows that Loki's doing it. So
Loki's hearing him through the destroyer.
Yeah,
you remember?
He's like, brother, please don't do this. And you think everything's good. It stops with the fire, and as it walks away, it just fucking backhands Thor. And I love that he flies back, but he does that sideways roll on the concrete, which was pretty convincing looking.
Yeah, that was pretty convincing.
I like that. And
see, and I always love a good stunt scene.
Yeah,
if it turns out right, it's so cool.
Yeah. So right here we get choking.
Bless you.
Thor. Jane tries to help him, but Thor eventually he dies. And they're all sad. Everyone's like, what are we gonna do? And then Thor he himself gets proved worthy to wield Mjolnir again. So the hammer.
How did Cat?
And it flies off of where it was, and it's about. They see it like
it shoots up in
them. Yeah. Jane gets out of the way, and right when it's about to hit, Thor grabs it. Lightning strike, picks it up, and everything just hits the.
Very cool moment.
Yeah, and then all his armor comes back on, and he comes out.
A very, very cool moment. But they had a part on there. I mean, even at a very, very fictional movie, the part he dies, she's by his side and everything like that, and it cuts to Odin in his bed, got that one single tear.
Yeah,
that falls out his eye. I was like, oh no.
So yeah, and then Thor, I think, destroys the destroyer. He flies up, gets him in a tornado, and he gets him up, and he goes down on him, and
his hammer goes through.
His hammer hits it in the face, and it slow-mo bends, and then it blows up.
He goes down on him.
Go.
I didn't know Thor swung that way.
I didn't either. He swung that hammer though.
I get that.
I like how he walks up to him. And he's like, "You believe me now?" He's like, "That's a good look for you." And Coulson shows up. He's like, "Excuse me, sir. We need to, Mr. Blake. We need to."
Yeah, he called him Mr. Blake.
Yeah, we need to debrief you. And he's like, "I'm on your side." He's like, "Know this, son of Cole." because he thinks his name's Coulson. He think like Thor Odin's son.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's like Cole.
Yeah.
Son of Cole. This son of Cole.
Son of Cole.
He's like, I'm an ally. I'm on your side. So he's like, do you want to see the Rainbow Bridge or do you want to see the Bifrost? And she's like, yeah. He takes her.
Whenever he grabs her, and she did like that. Like that, I was like, she got turned on right there.
She's soaked right there. If you know what I'm saying. And so Thor calls for Heimdall to send him home, but he's still frozen and he's being guarded by frost giants. He eventually breaks out and fucking kills them both.
That was pretty cool.
Ends up putting the thing in there and it brings them back. Thor tells Jane that I'll be right back because I have to go take care of this. So they go back trying to help the Heimdall while Thor goes to find Loki. While this is going on, Loki sneaks Laufey into Odin's chamber and he's on top of him about to stab him after he knocks his mom out of the way. And about to stab him, and then Loki shoots him off with the thing. So he was planning on being the hero. And he shoots him again and destroys him, kills him. And it's like, he killed his own father. And his mom was happy, and then Thor shows up. And then he tells her that it was, Loki. This was all Loki's plan. And then Loki shoots him out of the thing, and he falls. So he's going. Loki's making his way to the Bifrost tunnel he's going to destroy. If they put that sword, I think, or the thing into the Bifrost, and if it stays there too long, it's going to destroy any realm.
Yeah, it has to be removed.
Yeah, so he goes in there and pushes it in, and it's been in there for a bit, and the beams start to freeze, which is a cool look.
Yeah,
of it being thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I love that Thor gets to him and he's trying to stop him, and I love that speech that Loki gives. Is it as he's being evil, but at the same time he's got that tear. Tom Hiddleston is amazing.
He's a good actor. Dude, he really is.
He's honestly the best part of this movie.
I would like to see him in something else, like something completely different.
I've seen him in other things, and some things are good, some things are cheesy. I liked him in Kong Skull Island.
That's right. He was in Kong Skull Island. That's right.
But, so, and then they start to fight. They're beating each other, and they end up hitting, as the thing is spinning, the door is closed. I mean, it moved down to where there's no door for them to get in, but Loki hits him out of the thing, and they're fighting on the bridge, and then he falls off, or Thor tries to fall, and he grabs it, and
Loki falls
because he goes to bend down to pick him up,
and it turns out it's just the replica of himself.
Yeah, and he makes more replicas, and then he ends up hitting him to find the real one, and he falls.
Enough, lightning strike.
He walks up and he sets the hammer on his chest.
He can't move.
And he can't move it. I always found that funny.
I thought it was because he was like.
Now, I always wondered how that works because it says it. I think you have to be worthy, like it said. But if you set it on someone like that.
Wouldn't that kill him?
Wouldn't it crush him?
Crush him, yeah.
Or is it just like...
Well, Loki's a god, so...
I know it's... I'm not... I don't want to overthink this. I'm really trying not to, but it's...
Well, the fact that he couldn't lift it up deems that he wasn't worthy and stuff like that, but because he's a god, maybe it didn't crush him, but he couldn't move. He couldn't move at all.
Maybe it was something like if I was to take this and set it on your chest, and it's light like this, but
to me,
you couldn't get up.
Yeah,
it being light like this, but too heavy to move it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's it's destroying everything. He's trying to stop it. So he decides to take the hammer and he says, "Sorry, Jane." And he hits the hammer several times on the bridge. He's like, Loki's like, "If you do that, you'll never see her again." And then he takes one last hit, and Loki's about to stop him.
It just blows up.
And it blows up, and then they fall. And as Thor's falling, he gets caught by, you see something he grabs, and he looks up, and it's Odin. He's awake. And then Loki's down below, and he's like, "I tried, Father." And he was like, he was disappointed in him, and Loki was upset. So Loki just lets go and he falls and presumed dead. And as all this is going down, Jane and all them are waiting, but they find out, they figured nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So
he's not coming back.
Yeah. So they're celebrating. I wouldn't say celebrating; they're just having a party. And Thor is
very, very depressed.
Yes. I love it when he says. He makes amends with Odin, and he's like, "There's never been a wiser king and a wiser father."
Yeah.
And he admits that he's not ready to be king and longs to see Jane. And then Thor asks Heimdall. I love how they go to it, and like he's standing on the edge of the bridge.
The edge of the broken bridge, yeah.
It's nothing there, and he asks her if he can see her.
And he chuckles, he's like, "Yes." She searches for you.
Yeah, they search for a way to she searches for a way to Asgard. And roll credits. And this movie is great. This is a good origin story for Thor.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
But
there's more.
Marvel fashion.
There's
a post-credit scene where it shows Selvig walking in a tunnel and in the Shield facility, and come to find out he was called there by Nick Fury, played by Sam Jackson, and he's like, "I thought you sent me here to kill me." And he's laughing about it, but
Nick's he never said anything.
Yeah,
am I?
History tells us one thing, and I forgot how he said it. It says something else, and he opens a briefcase, and it's a cube. It's the cosmic cube, and he wants him to study it. And he's standing next to something that has a reflection, and walking in the frame is Loki, looking kind of battered up. And Loki smiles and says, "Well, I guess it's worth a look." And Selvig says, "I guess it's worth a look." So he's kind of controlling him. And cuts to black. And that was Thor, 2011. Yes, like I said, it's a good origin story. I wouldn't say this is I would put this in probably top 20 of the MCU movies so far.
Right.
I wouldn't do top 10, but it's not a bad movie. It's not at all. This is a great first outing for Thor.
It was. It really was.
I enjoyed this. So, all right, Corbin.
I just wish they wouldn't have portrayed him at the beginning as an obnoxious prick.
Well, he had to learn.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Yeah. So, rating time.
You go first this time?
You go. You got it. Yeah.
Okay. Thor, 2011. I'm going to give this, in my opinion, I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5? It's not a perfect movie, but there's hardly any flaws in this. Because it's an origin story, like we said, and it's like a paint by numbers.
Yeah.
Cocky, gets stripped of his powers and has to learn, gets them back, and saves the day.
Right.
Simple. Using Norse mythology and Marvel mythology.
Right.
So, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 7 because, like I said, I mean, I guess the whole making him like a bit of a prick at the beginning, like obnoxious and stuff like that. Thinks he's all almighty, he knows everything and stuff like that. Kind of turned me off of the movie a little bit, but after when he got banished, everything like that, oh, he's about to learn some shit now.
You gonna learn today.
You gonna learn today. But what kind of made it better is the little comedy innuendos in there.
Yeah,
that's what made it good for me. I love comedy stuff.
Yes.
So I give Thor 2011 a 7.
7.5.
All right.
So yes, thank you for sticking with us, and we will continue our journey into the MCU with Captain America: The First Avenger. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Stop.